Big collab we have to talk about today. I never thought these words would be coming out of my mouth, but today we're going to be talking about some, I guess you could call it beef between Nick30, MrBeast, and Sophie Rain. We're going to walk you through it all today, okay? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channel. So I just saw people talking about this in general. I'm going to be reacting to this with you guys because I haven't watched the videos that Nick30 pointed out. We have all the stuff to catch you up, and then we're going to get to the internet's reaction because this is something that hit the Explore page. So we have a couple videos from Nick30. We have a reply from MrBeast. We have a reply from Sophie Rain, and then we have another clip from MrBeast, okay? Let's get into all of it, and starting off with this post from Yoxic, Nick30 speaks on MrBeast about how he dislikes him, and there was apparently a tournament, which I'm sure that he's going to be talking about. If he doesn't, I'll catch you up on what happened in the tournament.
He didn't treat me with any, respect or anything, because, I got invited to, a Fortnite tournament. It was
okay, so this is the first clip that's going to be talking about the Fortnite tournament. So this is kind of what seemingly started everything online.
Creative match with, 100 top creators, and there were server issues happening in Fortnite, and basically, I was disconnected from the game. The Fortnite server wasn't working at the time. And he's just like, oh, sorry, we couldn't get you in, Nick. And I'm like, so you're not going to restart or anything like that? And I was really mad at the time because...
Okay, and we do have to pause to give commentary throughout. Otherwise, it's not fair use guidelines, okay? Because I know some people don't exactly like it when I pause the clip and interrupt. So this is going to be one of these things that I see both sides of, okay? And I'm going to get the comments down below because when I make videos and I take both sides of things, like, oh my god, fence sitter, you just want the ad revenue from YouTube. Take a second, watch any other video. I probably have a strong opinion on it, okay? I get both sides of this one.
I canceled everything. I ended my stream. I was, postponing certain things so I could, make this happen. And he just, didn't even care. I feel like a lot of people are scared to just talk and explain and say what's on their mind because they want to be in future collabs.
To be honest with you, I think that's also true. You know what? I'll give my entire take on the situation. So it's understandable for Nicky30 to want to restart because of, his preparation for this entire thing. But at the end of the day, it's one guy out of, what, 100 that MrBeast had?
I honestly could care less. I just think that there's a lot of shady things, or not shady, just really weird things that he's done that I wouldn't say I align with. MrBeast is all about...
I hate when people always talk about that and they never actually provide any sort of, evidence to what they're talking about. Oh, there's just shady things that MrBeast has been part of. How many times have you read that online and you just, there's nothing behind that? I know we've had the whole dog pack stuff, but everybody's talking like MrBeast is, this horrible, horrible person while he's given all of this money and building all of these, whatever he's building. I don't even know this time what he's doing. He's always doing something charitable.
Oh, just making content? Because if he cared about each person, the simple example, when we were doing that Fortnite tournament, he would have done a requeue, but he's like, oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry, Nick, we can't get you in, and then that's it. So, what about the 2 hours that I waited so we could, play that tournament?
It's understandable on both sides. It's understandable for Nick to be frustrated. That's totally fine. It was a little unnecessary for him to throw in the, MrBeast is so shady. And guys, I'm all ears that MrBeast actually did something wrong, but usually when I read things online, it kind of falls into the, this guy is giving money away, and instead of inviting me to a challenge, I'm going to hate on him. You specifically watching this video might feel differently. It just seems like kind of the general consensus.
And then all of a sudden, there's a server disconnect, and then you can't requeue for one person, for two people. There's two other people, I think, or one other person. I'm not good enough? What?
I get that. Again, I understand why he's frustrated, but it's also MrBeast is running this entire thing, and it would be very difficult for him to re-queue with all of these people that he have set up. If Nick was literally the only one crashing, that's fine. But again, I'll give my entire take on this situation as we scroll through everything, and just we have to pause and give commentary throughout. So there was another clip of Nick30 talking a little bit more, and it's talking about the MrBeast donations, okay? This clip, I think I've seen pieces of. I'm not sure if I've seen the entire thing, but let's go through it.
Team Water, what do you think of when you think of that? You're not thinking of any other creator except MrBeast. So MrBeast gets all the credit. So, when he's, asking...
MrBeast gets all of the credit because it's MrBeast's thing. And this kind of bugs me about charity, All these people like to be so charitable. Look how much money I donated. Well, we all know it's for clout. If you actually just wanted to do a good thing and you wanted to donate, you would just donate and be done with it. You wouldn't care about somebody getting recognition for it. It would be one thing if, like, I donated $1 million to MrBeast thing, and then MrBeast went, look, we just got a $1,000 donation from Nick A30. That's one thing, but it's another thing to just, like, want clout from, you know, profiting off of this type of stuff in your own way. It's not about the charity.
People to donate on his stream and stuff and pressuring them, and I think it's just kind of a little weird. Like, bro, when they're pressuring these creators to donate money and everything for that, I can see why.
To be honest with you, I am not familiar and I haven't seen any clips of MrBeast actually pressuring anybody to donate. If he's pressuring people to donate, I think that's wrong, but at the end of the day, that's a little tough because I don't know if he's actually pressuring people because MrBeast is one of those guys that has so much influence that you can't really say no to. So that I kind of get. It's not as simple as, well, don't donate.
Why some creators don't want to do it because it's MrBeast's name that gets all the recognition. It's not Bill Bob Jr. II donating $1 million that's going to get the recognition. It's going to be MrBeast raises over $10 million to Team Water. Like, even
He did. He raised the money. He started Team Water. It's his thing. Why should he not get the recognition for it?
his IG story, MrBeast's IG story, he's like, go follow this random person with no followers, and they're going to start posting competitive tournaments and all this stuff. And it's like, bro, why would you promote it? You're MrBeast, bro. You are like up here and people look up to you, and your name has a lot of credit on the line. Like, you gotta pick and choose who you're promoting, not just random people that could promote crypto and
I guess that's true. Again, I'm not too familiar with him doing that type of stuff.
all this, you know, random stuff. I just thought it was very strange because MrBeast is like the top creator.
I just don't really understand the beef. Like, it seems like he's just... this all started from him not being able to queue up for a tournament. And again, it's justified to be upset about it, but I think that's where everything kind of came from, to be honest with you. So, this was important for context of what we're going to be talking about, because we're going to be talking about Nick A30 and Sophie Rain, okay? So, Sophie Rain ended up participating in this for the clean water... Oh, I can't remember where he's building wells or water. I'm sorry, guys, but MrBeast is doing a thing with Team Water. He's building a bunch of water to get clean water, and I'm not sure exactly where, but he's doing a good thing. That's the point of it, okay?
I would love to. I've been wanting to donate. I'm just not sure how to, so I'm glad you called me.
Okay.
Because I want to donate $1 million is what I want to donate.
Wait. I think my phone... Did you say $1 million?
Yes, I want to donate $1 million.
So, I mean, this is always tough to talk about because, and this is what I've touched on this type of stuff on other channels about MrBeast before, where it's the same kind of feeling that I have of like people filming homeless people, where it's like you're recording someone and posting it, and like somebody had like literally the lowest point of their lives, and I hate that people do that, but at the end of the day, you're giving that person $1,000, so it's a net positive. We just know that Sophie Rain is doing this just to get her name out there, getting some clout. People going, oh my god, my favorite OF creator, she's so great, and people are like hyping up Sophie Rain now, when in reality, she's participating in something that is beyond damaging society. It's so tough, because I know it's like, you're not doing this to be charitable. Most people who donate to charities aren't doing it to be charitable. That's why I struggle with it, but at the end of the day, $1 million is going towards clean water. That's a good thing, right? I hope you guys understand my frustration, not frustration, but like my internal battle with these types of things.
But I'm just not sure how to, just because it's so much, and I wasn't sure, but I
Yeah.
just wanted to know if my team could get in contact with your
Yeah,
team.
no, we will get in contact right now. Like right now, you sure? Like,
Yes, no, I'm 100% sure. This is an awesome cause. I appreciate everything you do, and you're just an amazing person. And
This is a great cause, but I'm participating in the downfall of society.
and I just want to support this because it's
Oh
so
my-
awesome.
whoa, thank you. That was not what I was expecting.
I would love to.
Oh, that video re-looped over there. Okay, so we're going to continue on, because now after Nick A30 ended up posting this video, that was important for clarity of what we're talking about over here, because it started off with the tournament, then Nick A30 started talking about MrBeast and his donations and all that. Sophie Rain quote tweeted Nick A30, which I thought that I would never see in my entire life. He put together the whole charity, of course, he's getting most of the recognition. Why shouldn't he? People find a way to argue why they can't be charitable. I agree with that. Why shouldn't MrBeast get all of the recognition for this? If you have a problem with it, then you're not in it for the right reasons. But again, you're still donating, and it's still a good thing. It's such a toughie, man. This is where I'd love to know what you guys think down below, okay? MrBeast also responded to Nick A30 saying, As he said this yesterday, there were literally over 10,000 tweets about Sophie Rain's donation. I also do my best to also push big donations through tweets and my Insta stories to shine a light on them as well. Without creators, Team Water is nothing. There's nothing wrong with what MrBeast just said there. It seems like Nick830 is just pissed off about this entire situation. So what do I think about this entire thing, okay? It is completely understandable for Nick830 to be upset about not getting into the game. As he mentioned, he put time aside. I think he said that he ended his own stream. Regardless, Nick830 is a very busy person. He has a lot going on. He has his own brand to work with. He streams every day. It's understandable for him to want to feel not necessarily prioritized, but if he's not getting in, re-queue. I get that. I guess MrBeast could have done that. But at the end of the day, I also agree with MrBeast in saying that, hey, we have a ton of people going on over here, and people don't get in these types of things, and it happens. I don't know how easy it would have been for MrBeast to re-queue, but it probably wouldn't have been that easy. So again, it's one of those things where I really understand both sides. Where Nick830 gets into the wrong is when he starts talking about Team Water, what MrBeast is doing, calling him shady, because as soon as somebody says MrBeast is shady, the entire world lights up and be like, actually, MrBeast hates all of these people, MrBeast killed my child, like, you know, all of that type of stuff. When I'm somebody who's not familiar with every controversy that MrBeast has been through, but it also seems to just sum up to be like, oh, MrBeast has too much money, and it should be donated to me. That's kind of the vibe that I get from a lot of people really hating on MrBeast, but I get this. There's sound arguments out there. I just think that's where Nick830 kind of goes into the wrong. Charity is charity. If Nick830 ended up donating to MrBeast's charity, he doesn't deserve to have his name recognized for it unless MrBeast literally said, hey, if you donate, we're going to publish this big post about how charitable you are. It's meant to be just a good thing. They're called donations for a reason. You don't need the recognition for it, and it just shows that you're in it for the wrong reasons. And I believe that's a lot of streamers nowadays. I believe that's a lot of people just trying to get their name out there, just like I was talking about with Sophie Rain. But at the end of the day, who would have thought that Sophie Rain? She's the most sensible one so far. I mean, there's nothing with wrong with MrBeast said over here, but I think she clapped back perfectly fine. It's one of those tough situations for the Fortnite part in general. Once we start getting to the charity stuff, I think that Nick830 is in the wrong, okay? Now, I, of course, didn't want to just throw my opinion out there. I wanted to get what you guys thought about this as well. So I quote tweeted saying, I'm going to make a video on this. If you have any thoughts, drop them below and I will include some replies. Thank you for your time. I was a little bit skeptical on whether or not I should post this at this channel or the Clenday channel where we talk about everything trending. So go check it out. Subscribe. Link tree at the top of the description. But a lot of people on this channel are very interested in Nick830, and it was about a Fortnite tournament. So I think that this is fair to throw it on this channel. But anyways, we're going to be taking replies from myself. This hit the explore page, various pages across the internet. There are a ton of people that had a ton to say. And by the way, guys, if you are enjoying the video so far, hit like and subscribe. Let's get into what everybody had to say. Bro thinks the world revolves around him. You saw a lot of people saying this type of stuff under the Nick830 post, but yeah, that's hard. Again, it's understandable for Nick830 to be frustrated and why he would be frustrated. But at the end of the day, the world doesn't revolve around him. Jacob quote tweeted Sophie Rain saying, by the way, the only reason she donated is to get her name on stream and promoted by MrBeast, as the majority of his audience is what she targets for her OF business and social media, 12 to 16-year-olds. It was an investment, and now she's acting like she's moral. This is the underlying part about this entire thing that nobody wants to talk about Sophie Rain. Everybody's just like, you know, it's a combination between hating Nick830 and, you know, hey, maybe Sophie Rain might like my tweet. I think this needs to be talked about a little bit more. That's actually the thing that's worth talking about because it's contributing to, you know, the downfall of young men in society today, okay? Chapter 5 Defender had this to say. I'm sorry, but Nick is just being selfish. Why would MrBeast end 100-player event just because he missed out? MrBeast doesn't hate people. Nick saying that he has some shady things about him is just him being mad that he couldn't be involved. That's not MrBeast's fault. That's what I believe is the more part about it too, because you never see any of these people talk about like what is exactly shady about MrBeast. It's like, I'm not afraid to speak up against the bully, MrBeast. A lot of people don't want to talk about it, but I'm also not going to mention anything that's wrong with MrBeast. The new MrBeast allegations are, I didn't get to play Fortnite with him. Dude, that's what it's like, man. Okay, that's my favorite tweet that we've taken a look at today. MrBeast scammed me. I'm living in a world where I have to pick between Nick830 and Sophie Rain. The problem is, you have the greater of the evils being correct in this scenario. But then again, I don't know why I said evils, because Nick830 also isn't evil, right? Dub had this to say. To be honest, with how busy MrBeast is and how much he has on his plate, He wouldn't have been able to re-queue anyways, even if he wanted to. I understand if a lot of people weren't able to join, but in the video, it sounds like it was only Nick and another person. It sucks, but things like that happened, and I don't think that Nick should be taking it so negatively. Another thing is to look at it from a different perspective. If one of his viewers were trying to rejoin the game or custom, he wouldn't re-queue for 1 or 2 people if the same thing happened. It's nothing personal, it all comes down to technical issues. They suck. That's actually a really, really, really good way to look at it. I honestly do believe that Nick has a little bit more of a right to be upset than your average person trying to join a customs, because Nick does have a lot going on. Nick's time is very valuable because of the person that he is. Everybody's time is valuable, of course, but Nick has a lot going on. He's bringing his own brand and shutting down whatever he's doing for the couple hours or, you know, whatever the time length was. And he's participating in this thing for MrBeast. So I do think he's a little bit more justified than the regular person not getting into the customs. But I totally get the comparison there, and it makes sense, okay? You gotta believe had this to say. Nick 30 only donates if his name is paraded around, is what I'm hearing. He doesn't do it to help people. He does it for the recognition. There you go. There you go. That's exactly true. And I understand too, guys, MrBeast totally isn't doing this for the entirety of the recognition. I believe that's a case for MrBeast too, but we can't talk that much about MrBeast anymore because he's done so many good things. So I don't care if it's for the recognition. Good things are getting done, right? MrBeast is so real. Global Index had this to say. How did you manage to create such a massive impact through a YouTube channel? Instead of buying a mansion and 10 supercars, I use it to make content that helps people. You know, I struggle to believe that MrBeast doesn't have, like, very, very nice things, because I can't remember if it was the Joe Rogan podcast. I heard him on a podcast somewhere, and of course I'm paraphrasing, but it was like, oh, I just live in an apartment. I don't buy anything fancy whatsoever. All I do is help people. I don't believe that for a second, but as I'm saying, good things are getting done. Imagine being such a despicable human that you make Sophie Rain look good. But Nick 30 is not a despicable human, though. That's the problem. But he lashed out in a way that did make Sophie Rain look good, man. If you donate to charity, why do you need recognition? You're donating towards a good cause because you either want to support it or not. Again, very well said. I'm glad that a lot of people are looking at it from that way. MrBeast is smarter than this. He used Sophie Rain's name knowing the only reason she got posted so much is because she does OF and people were shocked and hated it. Other than Sophie, I haven't seen any post go viral of anybody else. Great job, MrBeast. Again, somebody looking down at the layers over here, because this I do agree with, and I also haven't seen any other posts go viral of anybody else donating besides Sophie Rain. But it's also not entirely MrBeast's fault that Sophie Rain is going viral for, donating as much as she did. Todd had this to say. I can understand both sides, but I feel like both are in the wrong. Nick, I can understand Nick's point of view. He was invited, like he stated, he canceled a lot of plans just for the event, but Ford at the time was having login issues, so I think MrBeast could have waited. MrBeast, I can understand him wanting to just start it. Maybe he didn't know. Who knows really, but I think he could have handled it a lot better instead of being an ass to Nick. Like, say what you want, but I think Nick should have been let back in. The man was waiting for 2 hours. I think it's a very balanced take. It's a little bit aligned how I believe is when we're talking about the Fortnite tournament there. And it's important to note, to be honest with you guys, like, I'm not saying Nick 30 is a bad guy like a lot of people like to parade around the internet. I don't really trust just his word. Like, maybe MrBeast did actually call him up and be like, Nick, I'm so sorry. How can we make this right? I think something like that could have very well happened, because Nick strikes me as the type to just whine and cry and leave out details of the story. I was about to relate that to something, but we're not going to. Okay, sorry for the pause there. Let's continue on to what Cyan had to say. Both sides are in the wrong 100%. He should realize that MrBeast is an extremely busy person. He probably just wanted to be done with this fast to handle the rest of the things he wants to do. MrBeast also should respect the time of other creators put away to join into the things that he wants and not feel like the big boy of town. Treat people well, at least properly apologize to him for making his plans get canceled for nothing. Both sides 100% making a mistake here. Nick shouldn't take this to heart this bad. Excuse me there. Again, very well said by Cyan. I'm glad to see that a lot of people are also, kind of on the same page with this. It's just, again, we only have one side of this story, right? And it unfortunately doesn't make Nick 30 look good, and it came out of his mouth. Me agreeing with Sophie Rain was definitely not on my bingo card. We do still have some more opinions to take a look at, guys. I'm not gonna keep you for too long, because I don't know how long we've been recording over here, guys. If you want to support me, use code Clen in the item shop. Check out some of my other channels. Link tree at the top description. I'd love to have you over there. I've been seeing some bleed over on other channels, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's continue on over to Sandy. Not gonna lie, Nick 30 is a bit BS with the family-friendly thing. Like, I'm sure he knows Speed would crash out and swear, and yet he would keep inviting him. I think I know what this clip is. but let's see it. Copyright.
I'm the king, nigga!
Okay, sorry. I should have warned you guys about that one. But I also agree with this one.
Hey, fuck! Bro, speed! Okay, bro. You're dead, you're dead.
Sorry, that's always a funny
Doing my
clip.
customs ever again, bye.
Nick A30 obviously plays into it. He has these moments that go viral. I absolutely do believe that Nick A30 isn't exactly as family friendly as everybody as he makes it out to seem. I think he started his career that way. And I know, like, if we're talking about like actually starting his career, I know that I've seen all the clips of him like swearing on his YouTube channel back in the day. I mean, like when he started the whole family friendly brand, I think he was sincere with it, but now he kind of just looks for viral moments, clout, all that type of stuff. And I'm not saying there's really anything wrong with that. Maybe there is. There's a conversation to be had there because you're advertising yourself as family friendly. Conversation for another time, okay? Let's continue on to what Sketch had to say. This is the reason I do not like him. He's all about this fake image of him being a good person. Where are these positive vibes you stand for? The most important part of hashtag Team Water is that people get access to clean drinking water, not who gets the credit. This is the most important part at the end of the day. I completely agree with this. People are getting clean drinking water, and I wish that I could remember where it's for, guys. I'm sorry about that. But that's a great thing to do, and what we're arguing about over here is why MrBeast isn't shouting me out. You know, I don't care how much you donated. Would it be nice? Yes, but at the end of the day, it's a donation for a greater cause, and that's the point of it. I don't think it really makes you look that good, okay? Weltall had this to say. There's over 100 creators, many of which are potentially on a tight schedule. Nick then thinks that the entire event should be restarted just for one person. Ironically, Nick frames it as a respect thing, while also not respecting at least 99 other people's times. You know, that's a really good point, and I didn't think to mention that. That's a really good point. I was just talking about Nick's time, but there are a ton of other people out there. What's wrong with me? I didn't think about that. He sounds like a little child who wanted a toy but was sold out, so he blames his mom for not forcing the shop to stay open until they get a new shipment of the toys. Actual toddler behavior needs an ego check. Extremely well said. Why wasn't I thinking about that? Yeah, 99 other people also did the same thing that Nick A30 did, and then that would extend the time that they're giving MrBeast. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? Yeah, that's a very, very good point. I can't believe I didn't think about that. Grookey had this to say. Everyone is saying Nick is in the wrong, but he isn't. MrBeast decided to host this, and I'm sure Nick did change plans and events to join. It was out of Nick's control, so that MrBeast should have been fair and let him rejoin. Then again, there's always a chance it never happened again. It's tough. We don't know, again, what the other people had going on. We don't know how difficult it was to re-queue for MrBeast and all of those people. It's just a tough situation in general, but it would have been nice. I never imagined Sophie Rain would ever comment on Nick A30. Yeah, exactly, right? I saw the quote tweet of her posting Nick A30 going around. I was like, what? Sophie Rain and MrBeast versus Nick A30. What is this universe? Yeah, it's a special one, guys. It's certainly a special one. But Nick A30, of course, we all know, has been involved in his fair share of controversy. So if you want to check out another one, then watch right here. We analyze it. We break it all down for you. I'd love to have you over there. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, everybody.